Hey, Shalom, little Christ. You understand what's going down, Cap? I got Captain 13,000, your dog hard, you understand? Down in Midwest Fire Weekend. If I may, sir, this is the interview. I've been waiting. Now I got the chance. You understand? If I may, sir, I'm gonna start off like this.
Right.
So you from Cali, right?
Yeah, I'm from California, born and raised.
Well, what part, sir?
Southern California, man. I'm from. I was born out in San Bernardino. And like when I was young, and I moved to San Diego, and I was raised out in San Diego. I've been out there, and I moved back. I'm gonna move back to IE. I'm back and forth. You feel me?
Okay, Carl. Now I'm gonna take you back. So, as a young man, a younger man,
right?
How was this life before the truth?
Okay. I mean, it was cool, man. I had my moms, I had my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? I had a step pops. I see my dad a couple times. And I had a good life. I can't complain, man. Of course, you go through your little things and all that, just like everybody else do. You know what I mean? But I can't complain. I got Jordans. I had Nikes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had my own room. I had more stuff than my friends for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I had more stuff than my friends. But I grew up in a lot of. I grew up in a gang culture though. You know what I mean? There was a gang culture around me. So I was influenced by that. But I was into sports though. You know what I'm saying? Like the sports kept me straight. The sports kept me straight for the most part. You know what I mean? So my life was cool. I can't complain, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna say this, sir. So I would say think back before the truth. Because a lot of times, well, damn near everybody, before you come in, it's like your life is in shambles. You just like, what I'm doing wrong. What's happening? So I'm gonna take you back to then. So what was going on before you was forced to be in the truth?
Man, that's so crazy you say that, because it is always some type of thing like that. It would scare you, right? Scare you, like, damn, you know what? Maybe I ain't living right. So it was a time where I was young. I was like, I was doing street activities, right?
Right.
Stuff that I didn't necessarily have to do, but I wanted to be hard. You feel me? I wanted to be a gangster. I wanted to be known for doing burnt stuff. You feel me? So all the terrible things I was doing at that time, man, put not only my life in jeopardy, but my family's life in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? So somebody came through, shot my house up. Boom, shot my house up. Got my car shot up on a different occasion. I got shot at a different occasion. I'm like, damn, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that was like the pivot point that made me think like, oh wow. Because I at the time I didn't think what I was doing was that serious for those things that happened. But obviously to somebody it was. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
So when that happened, I was like, man, check this out. I don't want to die.
Right.
I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do none of these things.
Right.
So of course, I didn't say like, oh yeah, I'm going to truth tomorrow. It was just like, oh man, let me evaluate this. This is what I want for my life, you know. So, you know, I brought it to where my people stay. So it made me look at things different and check what I was doing. And I just toned down a lot of stuff I was doing. I moved. Yeah, man, I got out of Dodge. You know what I mean? When I got out of Dodge, I was like, let me focus on something. And that's when I was introduced to the truth, like probably like a couple months later after that, for real. So, and that was probably what it was. You know what I mean?
Carl, and that right there. So when that was happening, now you said right before you came in. So how did you got familiar with the truth?
Man, I had my best friend. My best friend, man. He ain't in the truth no more, but he brought me into the school. You know what I'm saying? He was in the school. He was a trooper. He shot me a video. And I was like, dang, because he was trying to tell me about it, but I wasn't trying to hear it at the time. But when I went to jail, and I called him like, what's that? What you talking about? So I called him. I was like, what you talking about? He sent me a video when I got out, and I checked the video. I said, damn, man, he reading out the Bible. It blew my mind. It was Command YAHANNA. Blew my mind. He was talking about Jesus is black and you can't celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. He was reading out the Bible with the Jeremiah 10. I was like, hold on. I went to church growing up my whole life. I ain't never heard this in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, this is crazy. So I was watching all the videos. I stayed up like a whole night or two, watching all these videos, man. Waking up, watching more videos, like just watching it. And I was like, I just knew at that time that's something I had to do. I didn't do it because I was still, in the world smoking, whatever.
Yes, sir.
But it was something I knew I had to do because it just was something I couldn't argue.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
And I've always been a person who believed in God and all that as a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to heaven, all that. Deep down inside, I don't want to go to hell, right? So when I heard it, I was like, damn, this is something I can't refute, man. I gotta check it. I gotta see what's up. So he's the one that got me in it, and that's how we started rocking, man. I called the school. And, you know, I've been here ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, Carl. I want to ask you this, too, because this is a part, because, you know, we show family members the truth.
Yeah.
We show them this truth. Hell, we literally just have a conversation down there.
Right.
So people think when you come to the truth, you lose something.
Yeah.
You may lose time, sleep, or whatever you think, but really in the truth, you gain everything.
Right.
So I want to say, sir, being that we in the truth right now, you know, it's certain things people in the world may see as lost, like a brother or a daughter or something like that.
A relationship.
But like, come to the truth. If you could explain to the people that coming in here, you don't lose anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, this what it is, man. It's a battle, right? You come in here, and because you're young and you're not as strong, I didn't come in here as strong as I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had to battle through things that most men will break over because that's how we're taught that way to break. We're taught to follow our flesh. You feel me? So if it weren't for the counsel at the time, the brothers over me, me being a young man, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. You know what I mean? I was by myself in the city. I was calling for counsels and tuning into classes, and I was battling those things, and I was changing.
Right.
And while I'm changing, people are changing on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, how this work? You feel me? So while they're changing on me and like kind of deterring me away, you know, they want the old me. You know what I mean? That's the person they love, is the old me. So this new person, they like, oh, it's a phase. You know, this is crazy. You're not gonna come over here. You're not gonna come over there. I should stop going to Christmas stuff, Thanksgiving stuff, and it was just, man, the family. I know the family would talk about me. It's good now,
right?
But it was just like, oh well, you know what I mean. So you lose. You're dying to that old man. You know what I mean? That's the process. You feel me? So then, as you seeing it, it was something that General Muhammad told me. He was like, man, take on the villain role. You know what I mean? Embrace it. You know what he said? He said, embrace it.
That's heavy.
And I was like, damn, I embraced it. So I embraced the shame, and I embraced the hate, and in my mind I was like, it's all gonna work out. Hopefully. You know, I'm hoping it's all gonna work out. You know what I mean? So as I got stronger and stronger in the truth, and I got men to follow me and men to come in here under me, and they seen the growth, they seen the power, and they seen the strength. And now it's, you know, I'm respected anywhere I go. And everywhere I go.
That's right.
I gain more than I ever even lost. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a fact. So you have to go through that adversity. You got to go through that pain and the struggle of dying from your old man so this new man can live. When that new man lives, oh yeah, it's worth everything. You know what I'm saying?
Carl Khan, sir, I gotta ask this too. So with that being said, also, when that young man being that trooper is a very pivotal time being in the troop, because you're literally destroying your old self and becoming new. So like, I just want to say this. So explain to the people how important it is not to give up. We have a lot of brothers gave up to drugs. They gave up to their women and leave the truth. How important it is, shout out to that shirt, is to stay up.
Stay up, that's spiritual.
If I may, sir.
But I mean, it's important, man. Like, it's you gotta have the will to, you know what I mean? And one thing, man, you really gotta fear the Lord. Like, it's the fear that makes the strength come. You know what I'm saying? Like the fear is the thing that pushed me. You know what I mean? And then the relationship I built with the brothers in the school and in my city and even out of the country, who those relationships to me couldn't be broken. You know what I'm saying? Because we gave the same thing to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really, people say, oh, you gave up this, you gave up this. Really, like, man, the Lord chose you. You know what I mean? It's your responsibility. It's not like, oh yeah, we gave up this, man, so I can be right here serving God. Like, we're supposed to get that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, who the hell we think we are? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was this in the world. I gave up this plug because, you know, I wanted to serve God. You would have died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we men who want to live, but also we count our life cheap. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see these brothers around here, straight soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go. Man, you just did something right now. You know?
Yes, sir.
We go battle some cats. They got demons on them. But we battle them. You know what I'm saying? Cut them to pieces. Hey. But the giving up thing, man, those things you're supposed to give up. Because the Israelites are supposed to follow the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? So it's so small compared to what you're supposed to live for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even sweat it. But if you're battling those things, weed, and man, that's light. You know what I mean? It's light.
Right.
Women, it's light. You know what I'm saying? You got to focus up and get the counsel. Be around men who also fear the Lord, and you ain't going to have that problem. It's only going to make you stronger and stronger and grow bigger and bigger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a light thing. Now I'm saying that from experience. I still battle things, but I know everything is, not worth it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're fighting for something like we are, me and you, it's totally worth it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and you'll understand as you go. People watching, they'll understand. You know what I mean?
And last question, sir. If I may, another thing sparked in my brain with not giving up is discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline, we see our people, how destroyed our people are.
Right.
It takes us to be very disciplined.
For sure.
We can't do what they do.
Yeah.
The pastors, they trying to teach, but they doing the same thing. So this is an important part of U.P.K. is discipline.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, sir, coming from the world, viewing yourself how you were in the past till now, how much that discipline really matters to you?
Man, it's the thing that I don't recognize it until other people tell me about what they see in me, right? Like they might tell me things, and more people, they don't tell you things, they just watch you.
Right.
People will just watch your every move
Mm-hmm.
because you're a living example of what they could be like.
Right.
So the moment you fail, now that gives them every excuse to be whoever the hell they want to be. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
So the expectation, the burden is on you to stay strong, stay disciplined, and don't fold any under circumstances around whoever, people in the truth, people in the world. You get what I'm saying? You got to be the same.
Right.
Feel me? So when you continue to be the same way, and people are watching you, they're watching your every move. They want you to F up.
Right.
They want you to. Because the moment you do, that allows their demon to be like, see, he's just like you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want them to know they're not like me. You feel me?
That's right.
But they can be. They can be like me. But we're not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Man, sir, the water. I really appreciate this interview. Man, I ain't gonna lie. You want to come to more Midwest Fire Weekends?
Go to Loud, man. You know what I mean? I think it's like my third or fourth Midwest Fire Weekend. So I have a great time here, man. I had an excellent weekend. It's been a blast. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my fight in a few hours, but hell yeah, man. Listen, September 26th or 29th, Southern California.
That's right.
We're having our cookout too, man. Everybody's welcome. Black Hispanics and Davidians. Y'all pull up, man.
That's right, Israel. This is a round table exclusive right here. If you're not paying your membership, you're not gonna see this interview. You understand? So of course, big shout out to Cap. I appreciate this interview, sir.
Right, sir.
Shalom.
Damn right.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. Of course, Midwest Fire Weekend. I got Captain Isupk.
Damn right. What's going on, man?
Man, if I could, I'm very excited for this interview. Very excited. So I want to start right here. So, where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Born and raised. South side of H-Town.
South side? So tell me, growing up as a young man, how was growing up in Houston?
Growing up in Houston, like growing up in any inner city. It was, the hood. It was, to be honest, I was around everybody because I played sports. So I was in the hood. I was around the suburbs. I was in the inner city, the outer city, traveling all over. I tried to stay busy so that I could kind of stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to get in trouble and hard to get out.
That's right.
And my mom always told me so. Yeah, man, growing up in Houston was just, just like everybody else growing up anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going through different things, growing up. Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask this too though. So, you reading the truth now though. In the world, did you have a hunger for like knowing the truth, or what exactly in your brain that you always had, but when you came to the truth, you got that answer?
My entire life, I was raised in the church, and I always knew God was real, but I always knew something was missing out of what I was being taught. And it was such a craving that I had for the Lord that I used to invite all my friends to church because I felt like they needed it. I was like a good bad kid. So I was in church, but I was bad as hell. You know what I mean? And so I knew everybody, but after all the bad shit we did in the streets, I would be like, hey, we need to go to church so we can ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? And so when I found the truth, they started to answer questions that Christianity never tried to answer. Christianity saw these questions like, don't even ask that.
Right.
You lack faith by asking that.
Right.
And the truth was the answer. Like Christ said, He's the way, the truth, and the light. That's facts.
Right.
Because when I got here and they started answering those questions, the void in my life filled up. You know what I mean? And they started to give me everything that I was missing that made me a bad kid.
Right.
I always had the desire to want to be right, but Christianity told me it was okay to mess up. So I messed up because it was okay.
Right.
So God was going to still love me no matter what. But when I found out that wasn't the case, and I had to step my discipline up to the standard that He was going to prove of.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it did. It made me stop being a hypocrite. Like it made me the person that I always thought I was in my mind.
Right. Sir. That's heavy. Now, you may have forgot already, but think about the time you was in that church and doing something that we thought had a purpose. But now we coming to the truth, Midwest Fireweekend, we suddenly find a purpose. Right. We in the truth. We doing things, flyers, lectures, camp. So, just if you could, being in the church, did you ever think you could ever do something like this?
When I was in the church, I was a Christian. So I used to try to witness, go out and feed homeless. My father used to do that. He used to go out and pass out little tracts and shit. And, we really thought we was doing the work of the Lord. But when we read the scriptures felt so foreign. It felt like story time. It didn't feel like I was reading the life of real men or real situations. It felt like I was reading the life of the religion that I was taught. When I came in the truth, everything Paul started saying starts making sense because I'm in a school like Paul was building. Everything that Christ was teaching made sense because he was teaching men to raise a nation. Right. It took the religion off of it being in the truth and made it you, me, and these brothers and sisters. Now, the Fireweekend to me look like now Christ feeding 5,000. Right. Looks like the Fireweekend in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Taking little resources that you got to feed many, like we do. We ain't rich, man. You know what I'm saying? But we can feed whoever walk over here. And if anybody that needs something, we can provide it for them with this little group of people. That right there, when I started reading the scriptures in the truth, it made the Bible be real. Right. It made it reality and not religion.
Now, what you said was just so heavy. I want to bring up the mission to YAHANNA because it takes what you just said about caring about people. And so I know you was the man in charge of that mission, you understand? That really helped a lot of brothers that needed help. So I just want to say, sir, in UPK, we do councils, prison programs. We do basically anything you ever need is in the sanctuary, sir. So I want to say this. How meaningful is helping your people?
If you don't help your people, then you just talking. You know what I mean? Like fake Israelites, they don't have a way to show their work because all they do is flip through the Bible and pull out scriptures that they don't even understand. What makes the work of the Lord real is the fact that we actually do it. Right. We actually go and feed the homeless, clothe them, you know what I'm saying, help them, counsel them. That's what we need as a nation. Right. We're not a religion. We're a family that's scattered, broken up. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we're from. And now we're giving our family their identity back, their last name, what they ate, how they dressed, how they carried themselves, the God they serve. That's what we're giving back in here. So, but that's a heavy ass question you ask because nobody sees what we do because we don't publicize it in a way to get a pat on our back. We gotta be told to record our shit and do it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be told. If y'all don't do it, if y'all don't record it, like we gotta be told that because we just honestly, genuinely give a damn about our family.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So
also too, sir, with that being said, in the UPK, I ain't gonna lie, I know for me, I didn't really care about anybody in the world. Being in the world, being in church, you know what I'm saying? You was in the church. Yeah. It's just fake love and all that. So with that being said too, sir, You understand? I'm probably gonna end off on this question, the heaviest question. You know what I'm saying? So, with you being with your rank you at right now, because you know brothers that's in the world, you know they hear ranks 50s, 500s, with a rank of a captain. What kind of care, or whatever the case may be, what kind of care, discipline, mindset you gotta have to have that rank?
Okay. My rank doesn't mean that I get to eat first. It means I get to eat last. It means that you give me my plate first, I sit it to the side just in case somebody else don't have food or you run out. He gets my plate. It's big enough to feed 2 people. That's what my plate is. My life belongs to my brothers. Your captains and your generals and the camp leaders, we don't belong to ourselves. We get phone calls in the middle of the night and we stop what we're doing to deal with everybody else. We the nigga 911.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we are a 911 like the white man has. Right. You don't think about, oh, it's 3 in the morning. It's too late to call 911. That's what we provide in here.
Right.
So it's important that people understand what we actually provide. And the rank that we got just means you got more responsibility. That's all it is. It don't mean that I got, that I can tell you what to do. It means that I'm more responsible for you than I was when I was a 5,000. Because now I know better more than I did when I was 1,000, when I was 50. And now I got a bigger responsibility. And the heaviest thing about this that people have to understand is we are men.
Right.
I see ass and I like it. I smell weed and I think about wanting to smoke it. I see and smell and want the same things that everybody is being tempted with. But I have to live up to the standard that I say I believe in. Because if I don't, then I'm a hypocrite.
Right.
And so now I'm 10,000 more times responsible for myself and for everybody that watch me than I was when I was just a young man.
Right.
Because just imagine if you heard about one of the generals smoking weed, how much it would break you. That's what it's been. That's what it is to have rank and make a mistake.
Right.
So now, if you a trooper and you in this school, if you a 50 and you in this school, you outrank everybody out of the school. So your father and your mother and your cousins, you outrank them. So you are the example for Christ in the world. So you don't have an excuse to still smoke weed because you're a trooper. You don't got that excuse.
Right.
Because you are in here to not be a hypocrite. If you want to smoke weed, you can go anywhere else in the earth. In the entire earth. Just step out of here. If you like white bitches, guess where you can go get them at? Everywhere else but here.
Right.
Don't come in here to be them.
Right.
You come in here to be like us, to be like Commander General YAHANNA, because Commander General YAHANNA teaches us how to be like Christ. Your pastor didn't teach you how to be like Christ. He taught you how to be like the white man. And I know people hate to hear that. They think it's so racist, but it's real because the spirit that's on you is the spirit of the white man.
Right.
It's really what it is. So your rank is just your responsibility just being enlarged by the burden of not being a hypocrite.
Right.
That's all it is.
Man, sir, that was very heavy. But now, of course, people in the world, they be watching these videos. They not gonna like, but I want to say this, if I may. What? I want to say this, if I may, sir. So the brothers in the world, right? They tend to only care about themselves, sticking to the subject of caring. So, like, if any advice you can probably change a brother's mind to actually care for another black man, what would you tell him?
If you don't care for a black man, you're a white man.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
If you don't care for your own family, then you're not family. Like, we family, we blood. And the white man hates his brother. That's where civil wars come from, the Revolutionary War. That's why the white man left Great Britain and came over here, because he hates his brother. When you fight against your brother, that's white. That's not a black culture.
Right.
Gang banging, that's white culture. The red and the blue, the red coats and the blue coats, the Democratic and the Republican, the Crips and the Blood, that's white. It ain't black. So if you thinking like that, you think like a white man. And so you're not a brother.
Man, that's heavy, sir.
So the only way you could be a brother is for us to love one another.
That's right.
That's it.
Car. Man, sir, had to get Captain Yachty.
Damn right.
Had to get Captain Yachty over here. Midwest Fire Weekend. The water, sir, for this interview.
The water to you out.
Most on Christ. Man, Shalom, Lord Christ. Man, if I could, I got Captain of 10,000 Hadaria Allah of Detroit. You understand? Midwest Fire Weekend, of course. We down to Car. We down in D-Town, so sir, you understand? I just want to do an interview with you. This is something I've been trying to hold off on, hold off for the people. You understand? But now you can't wait no more. You understand? So now I got the chance to talk to you, sir. So if I may, I want you to think about yourself as a younger man before the truth. Like, how was growing up?
Growing up, man, just regular situation. I can't even say regular because a lot of people don't grow up with two-parent households, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely grew up like that, both mother and father in the crib, you know what I'm saying? If you ask me, it was a pretty smooth upbringing. You know, I came up in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely ran into the crack era, things of that nature, which changed my life up a little bit, you understand? But overall, it was just really like a normal situation. The most that you could call normal in dealing with the regular things that black people go through in the hood.
Have you ever witnessed any strife with your families, brothers or sisters?
Man, it was very smooth, man. I was probably the trouble in the family, you know what I'm saying? Getting into trouble, man, you know, just because, you know, how you grow up, like I said, coming up in the 80s and whatnot, so it got a little rough outside. So usually you couldn't be who you wanted to be if you lived in a gang-infested neighborhood. You lived around drugs, things of that nature. It hardens a man, you understand? So I went from being a nerd, you know what I'm saying? Like I went to aviation school when I was younger, and that's what I planned on doing. But in being in that environment, but also in the environment of the neighborhood, it forced you to make, you know, a decision. You know what I'm saying? You could keep doing this and grow up and become successful in this way, or you could get beat up every day. You understand? So you've been around these gangs, it's gonna force you to make a decision that you may not have made if you wasn't in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So me really was the trouble in the house. Because of that situation, I acted out a little bit more than I should. You know what I'm saying? But when you look back on everything, you know, just like the scriptures say, the Lord knew you in the womb. You understand? Everything that happened was needed in order for me to become the man that I am today. You know what I'm saying? I got to see both sides of the streets. So now I can make a wise decision when coming into the truth because I know what it's like to do both things. You understand? So that's really just what it was.
Man, so that's heavy. So on top of that, you understand? You from Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, sir?
Yeah, born and raised.
So being in Detroit, how you ever heard? Because now you got a camp in Detroit. Have anybody told you why you still here? You should go ahead and move out. Why you in the ghetto? Why you here? So if you ever, so they ever told you right, sir?
Well, no, I don't really hear that too much. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, this is my home. I've been all over. I've lived, you know, in most states in the Midwest. You understand? Because after school and things like that, I started the communications business. So I was working with Comcast and different internet providers. So I've lived in Naptown with Capital Posh. I've lived all over. But Detroit is definitely my home. It's nothing like the D. You know what I'm saying? So I would never go anywhere else outside of a 2-hour radius to even think about living. You understand?
I
never experienced that.
Car, sir. And I want to say that too. Also, you understand, being over a zone, it takes a certain love for that.
Right.
Most men can't do that. Your pastor, he don't know what love is.
Right. That's heavy.
You see, Car. So being over that zone in Detroit, having that passion, to have other brothers too who got that same passion as you do, what does that mean? Like what reminds you every day about that?
Just about the passion of the truth and raising up the zone. That's all the spirit of the Lord, man. You understand? once you come in the truth, you understand what these scriptures about, how the Israelites got in this captivity and how we can get out. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of the Lord, man, you have to fully embrace that in order to control and take over his own and teach the men under you. And that's what I fully did. I made a conscious decision to dive into the truth head first. You understand? And this is my life. You understand? Like I said before, I've lived on both ends of the street. So I know what's right and wrong. I know where every black and Hispanic and Native man should be. And this is the best thing for all our people. So when it comes to raising up the zones and things of that nature, I don't see no other thing that we can do as black people. This is what we should be doing on the earth. We should be raising up these zones. We should be living the example of serving the Lord and showing other brothers and sisters that you can do this and still be yourself. And show other brothers and sisters how to come into the school and follow the Lord and not have other people looking down on you, making fun of you. Because that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say, we've all been saying we in a cult. You understand? We've all heard those things. And we embrace it in the school and we flip it and tell them, yes, I'm a cult leader. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's about for me, man. I just fully dove into it. You know what I'm saying? I would pick no other life for myself, no brother under me.
Man, so that's heavy. I want to speak on this too. Mm-hmm. On the topic of life. So the brothers and sisters in the world, their life is horrible. And as we obviously know in the U.P.K, our lives were horrible in the world. But now, being in the truth, you see brothers, they look in the truth, they say we hardcore. Right. You can't eat pork. Right. You can't smoke. You understand? If you may, can you just break it down for that being in the truth, you don't lose anything?
Nah, you ain't losing nothing. As a matter of fact, you become healthier. You know what I'm saying? Being in the truth, you learn how to research and read and love your body more. You know what I'm saying? Know what you putting in your body. You know what I'm saying? Being in the school helps you. It doesn't hurt you. But a lot of people will definitely, like I said, look at you weird because you don't smoke. Why? Because everybody else smokes. Right. They'll look at a sister weird because she's staying with her man. Right. Why? Because other sisters are whores. Mm-hmm. So what we doing here is we make the truth and following God look cool. Right. So now we look at somebody else that's smoking and feel bad for them. Mm-hmm. And we almost make fun of them. Cause your breath stink. Cause your lips look like you've been chewing black crayons. You understand? These are things that we don't see while we in the world though. It's normal to us. You know what I'm saying? I can remember being in the world, smoking all the weed I could smoke and walking in different buildings, schools and, different things like that and not caring. Like Gucci said, Kush is my cologne. But when I smell it now, it's like, God damn, that nigga stink. You know what I'm saying? Niggas smell bad. You understand? So they can't make fun of us, man. Being in here is something definitely worth doing, and it is not something that makes you uncool. It makes you cooler than everybody else. It's like back in the day when hip-hop first came up. You understand? All the songs were about something that meant something. You understand? And that's what we do. Everything we do means something. It's not like today's rap where they just talking on the beat and rapping sin all day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Teaching people how to kill each other and destroy themselves. You understand? So this is the best thing you could do on the planet. Mm-hmm. And never let somebody make you feel bad for following the Lord.
Carl, sir, that's a heavy point. Now, I just want to say this. Since now we just went over smoking weed, all the other stuff, it ain't cool. Nah. And it's on level to the Most High.
Damn right.
So I want to talk about sacrifices. Mm-hmm. You see, in the world, especially our people, we want everything then and there. Right. Get us, they're like, boom, want to get rich. Boom, I want this car. Boom, I want this house. Right. But of course, in the Bible, we got to build up this nation brick by brick.
Damn right.
Like literally, brick by brick. So if I may, sir, you understand, to the people who just don't get the concept of sacrificing, to go through the grind to get what we got to get to the kingdom, sir. So what you got to tell to the people who just really just impatient?
What they say, man, all money ain't good money. You understand? Being in the truth is making the ultimate sacrifice. It's like, would you rather be rich tomorrow or rich forever? And that's what we do here in the kingdom, man. We building up our like the scripture say, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You understand? So we building that kingdom for tomorrow.
damn the day. You cannot serve two masters, like the Bible says, you understand? You cannot serve God and mammon, you understand? And that's that money. You get caught up in trying to be rich, and you're going to forget about the Lord. King David said, man, you know what I'm saying? He saying a prayer to the Lord, and he said, Lord, bless me, you know, where I don't have too much, where I forget about you. But not enough, well, then I'd curse you, you know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing, of course. Just give me enough, and that's what we look for in here, man. I don't want to be rich. The scriptures say, man, you know, it's harder for a rich man, easier for the camel to get through the needle's eye, paraphrasing, than the rich man to get into the kingdom. So we know what it's about, dealing with the money. Now, am I saying that you got to be poor? No. Go get you a job, man. But don't disobey the Lord for that job. You understand? Don't neglect your responsibilities in the truth for that job. You understand? So definitely coming in here, you will see that the Lord will be with you, though. And that job that you wanted, you know what I'm saying? You possibly could get that. A lot of brothers that pick their slaveries over the truth end up getting fired. The scriptures say that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you lose because of me, I'll give it back to you times 10, paraphrasing.
Right.
But what it say? What you try to get and neglect me, you're going to lose it all. You understand? So that's how we live in here, man. Damn all of that. Materialistic shit. If you can get it and serve the Lord, then so be it. But don't ever put anything over the Most High.
Hey, sir, that's a heavy point. But I did want to say this. Of course, I can tell, you know, I can tell by the way you roll that Cap Marquardt that you used to roll with Captain Marquardt, like heavy.
It rolls me up from the dust, man. We come from the same place, just in two different zip codes. You understand?
So yeah, I just want to bring that up because I know a lot of brothers trying to be, you know, being that he's the camp leader of the Midwest. You understand that his spirit comes to us and of course to you. So I just want to say this with Cap Marquardt, how much does his brother, you know what I'm saying, just mean to you?
Man, Cap Marquardt, man, that's one of my spiritual fathers, man. Under Commander General YAHANNA, of course, all the generals, Cap Marquardt, Captain Zariat, all the men over us, man. We take a little bit from everybody, and it, you know, it goes into our spirit, and then we just dish it out how we receive it. That brother is definitely a powerful leader in the Midwest. Came in the Midwest, leaving Philly, rose up all these different zones, man. I can remember calling the school when Cap Marquardt was still living in Philly. You know what I'm saying? And I say, Cap Marquardt, man, I would call for different answers to certain questions. I wasn't even really trying to join the truth. I was just trying to be smart because I found out about the truth. And I said, what is school letting it be? He said, you the school. I didn't even understand it. But when I sat back and I watched him and saw how he moved, and then I understood. And that's when I knew it was time for me to step my game up. So the way he moved and following Commander General YAHANNA, raising up all these different zones, it definitely rubbed off on me. And that is a powerful brother, man. And it's definitely a blessing for all of us that the Lord rose him up, brought him into school. He learned directly from the feet of the generals, and we all get the pleasure and opportunity to learn at the foot of Cap Marquardt, and you can see in the work we produce, you understand, that spirit moves on and lives on in us.
Carl, and I want to say this too, sir, a very, very heavy point to me, sir, having a son in the truth.
Damn right, man, that's heavy, man. I got 3 sons in the truth, man, and it's something amazing, man. It's so amazing, man. Before my father passed away, man, I told him about the truth, and my father, you know, he said, man, I ain't been serving the Lord all this time, so why am I starting now? I said, damn, that's a man that's destroyed. But I still love him, of course, because he's my father. So for me to be here and watch my sons come up right up under me, right in here, is a blessing, man, because you get to see your lineage and understand how you will live on. And Lord willing, be in the truth through them. You understand? So it's definitely heavy to see your sons and daughters, man. You understand? I got 11 kids in the school, in the truth. You understand?
Most high in Christ.
I'm definitely building an army. So to see them, you know, coming in and coming to the past over things of that nature, things that we didn't really get to do coming up under our parents because they wasn't serving the Lord. It's definitely heavy to see for us to break that cycle. You understand? Now my kids ain't gonna come up talking about Santa Claus and birthdays and Christmas and all this goofiness. They gonna come up talking about the Passover. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to see that.
Damn right, Cap, man. Cap, I appreciate your time. This was an interview I definitely wanted.
Damn right,
so I appreciate it, sir.
You, brother.
Man, we got Officer 5000 Lamakia Allah, Chicago camp. Of course, sir. This is an interview too. I've been trying and dragging to get this interview, and I finally got it. You know, most are
You're welcome, people. This is a rarity. y'all just witnessed basically a rebirth of someone.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if I may, sir, think about Oregon.
Okay.
Think about Oregon. Think about your childhood. How was that?
My childhood. So mostly you do not know me when it comes down to how I live back in the world. My childhood, so of course, like every black person, they don't know their father. You understand? So of course I did not. But on the flip side, I have a white mother. You understand? So I didn't grow up black at all. The only side of the family I know is my mom's side, which is all white. I grew up spoiled little brat. That's probably why I act like I do now. But at the end of the day, like, I was never punished or beaten or none of that. I got everything I wanted. And but at the same time, I was the only black person in my own town, the entire town, all the way up from middle school, all the way up to the time I graduated and moved out of the town I was in. So I was all around white folk. You understand? I was living amongst the enemy for 18 years.
Good night.
You understand? So when I met Captain Debar Moff, of course he was a trooper at the time. This is 11 years ago. When I was 19 when I met Captain Debar Moff, of course trooper at the time. But you know, I didn't really want to meet him. It just kind of was forced upon me. Pause. But at the end of the day, he started teaching me the truth and this and this and this and that. Of course, I didn't want to listen. Like every beginner never wants to listen or change their lives to the truth. But because of how I grew up, I know white people better than a lot of brothers know white people because I lived amongst them for so long. I know the ins and outs, the quirks, and so forth and so such. So when he told me that they were the devil, it didn't really take me very long time to believe that.
Right.
You understand? I even told my mom what I was getting taught. Of course, she didn't like it, as if any woman or white woman would. But after a little while, she was like, yeah, the white race, my race, are evil. She tells me that all the time. And when I call my mom, or if she's, joking around with me, she'll be like, Lamont. Of course, she doesn't call me what she birthed me as. So she'll be like, Lamont, I know I'm the devil the Bible speaks of, but can you help me out real quick? I promise you, this is how my mom is. She knows, like, she does not like her own race after everything I taught her and stuff like that. She just, she just wants to hopefully be one of the slaves instead of the ones that are unalive when Christ comes back.
Right.
And that's fine. I told her, you did my laundry for 18 years. You can do it for the rest of your life in the kingdom of heaven. I got you, Ma. You get your own shack and everything. You'll live one of the best lives of the white folk. In captivity, of course. But yeah, that's a little bit more of a background on my upbringing. Of course, I was a track star, NFL, I was a plug back in the day when it came down to just being perfect and all things. And now, in the truth. But, you catch my drift.
Man, sir, I did want to say this too. You basically summed up Oregon for me.
Yeah, Oregon is just white. Unless you like nature, there's no reason for you to go to Oregon unless you're going to visit Portland. Like the Trailblazers and so forth and so such. But if you want to go kill a bear, go to Oregon.
I want to say this, sir. How you ever had a crazy experience with one of your white friends? What happened?
He tried to get down to the nitty gritty. This was the second precursor to what made me truly decide to commit to the school. This is number 2. There was one more that it was directly from the Lord. You understand? So number 2 was with my white friend. This is after I think like maybe 2 months of studying under the bar, but not conforming over completely. Like I was still hanging out with my white friends, I was still smoking, but I was still kicking it with the bar, Moff having drinks and everything like that, watching classes. So one day, me and one of my old white friends, we drove back down to our hometown so I could visit my mom, and he was visiting his family. And then one of the friends that I grew up with since 2nd grade, like him and I were inseparable from 2nd grade onward. I went to kick it at his house because he never moved out of the town. And we're smoking and all that. We're playing Madden, or no, he's playing 2K. And I started, how you learn something new, you want to talk about it. Right. So I was telling him everything I was learning, Bible, all the scriptures and shit like that. Excuse my French, but I was just breaking down my entire new experience that I experienced at that time. And he was agreeing with everything I said. Like, I was like, like blacks in America are the tribe of Judah, or, Israelites in the Bible. He said, yeah, I know. Okay, that was just the first indicator. I'm like, okay, that's odd. And so I was like, and he was like, and he said this before I even asked him. He said, yeah, the white people are Esau. He said, I'm Esau. He literally said this.
Good night.
And we're only 19 at this time. And I'm like, okay, I didn't expect that. Like, that threw me for a loop. And then he was like, yeah, we're natural enemies when it comes down to like our biologicalness. He's telling me this. Now everything I'm learning from DA and I.S.U.P.K in my pre-time in the school before, deciding I'm going to join, he's breaking down shit that I didn't think he was ever going to tell me. And I was like, okay, this is odd. Like I was dumbfounded. And at that point, it's like things came to a complete close. Like me being delusional or not wanting to accept everything because I wanted to keep my white friends and my white society near me, but everything that's true taught me. It all came to a close. It was more along the lines of, yeah, I can't do this. So I kind of had like an epiphany, and I kind of like had a panic attack almost. So then I called my mom. I said, Mom, come get me out this house. Of course, she was only like a few miles away. And she's like, is everything okay? I said, nah, get me the hell up out of here. So I'm on the phone talking to my mom saying, I need to get out of this place. He's right there.
Damn.
He pauses his game, or he ends the game or whatever. He stands up and he goes to a different side of the room, like just kind of like analyzing me while I'm on the phone. And of course, things calm down. I calm myself down, and I just smoke another blunt. We decide to go to sleep. And then I get picked up in the morning. On my way home, and once I make it back home, he gave me a call. Like listen to me this. This is my best friend since second grade. We were knee-high together all the way up to all the sports. We did football together. We did track together. We did wrestling together. We did all these different sports always around each other 24/7. It was either my house or his house because we lived like 5 blocks away from each other at the time. He gives me a call in the morning. He's like, you remember when you came over to my house? I said, well, obviously, it was yesterday. But he was like, remember when I stood up when you were on the phone with your mom? I said, yeah. He said, when I stood up, I walked over to my dresser and I had my hand on my shotgun because I was getting ready to shoot you.
What?
That's exactly what he said. And that sentence, I just hung up on him. I'll bet. I called DA, and I was DA. All right, I think it's time. I need to start changing my life, and things like that. So I went to all my group chats with my white friends. I told them all, gave them the middle finger and told them to F off and all that good stuff. I deleted everything. I changed this. I changed that, and that was when I decided to be more about the truth. So that was the second precursor, or the second biggest thing that happened to me before I decided to completely convert, or change my life, or join this group.
Man, so that's heavy. And of course, I gotta ask you this, DA, Oregon with DA.
Yeah.
I want to take you back with DA. How was the truth with DA?
There's a thing that all humans need to survive. To reset their brains and their bodies and stuff like that. It's a nice, beautiful word called sleep. And under DA at the time, because he was still only a trooper though. No, I think he became an officer before I completely joined the school. Yes, he was an officer. It wasn't sleep. We were staying in the same apartment complex. Like we were on like four doors down, not even 4, but 3. And every time he wake up, we got some work to do, priest. Of course, I was either a young man or a trooper, but he's like, wake me up or calling me. I'm thinking like, yo, it's 6 in the morning. I'm black. I don't do that. I don't like being up early in the morning. You understand? Now I do. I prefer to be up early in the morning. But back in the day, it was work because it was just him and me. There was no one else in Oregon. It was the bar officer 50 and me being my little young man self and my trooper. And the crazy thing is that how I know, or how we all understood that the bar used to say before I joined the school and got my name, he said he used to sit at home and because he was by himself basically, he used to be in the school as a trooper or whatever, praying, I need a powerful angel by my side to help me out. Like he said, this is only his thoughts. He didn't tell anybody this until after I got my name. He said, I just need a powerful angel in the school to help me out, do this, and that, court case and whatnot. And General Hyman is the one that picked my name, and my name now means Power Angel.
That's it.
And the bar never told the general that. That's just how it played out. That's how you know the Lord is in this school.
That's right.
Things don't just happen by coincidence here. It's prophesied. It's things that's guaranteed, like the scriptures say, that the Lord knew us out the womb. That's exactly what happened. And now I got to try to live up to my name and all these high expectations and things of that nature. But it's fine. I don't mind.
Man, that's right, sir. Hey.
And then, and you know by Captain DeBar Monk now, his work ethic is unparalleled. There's a lot of brothers that can't keep that type of zeal 24/7. Usually some brothers like hit a slouch and get tired of it. And, you know, he doesn't get tired of nothing. He lives, breathes, eats the school. No homo. He understands. It's 24/7 on his mind. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't make moves unless it's about the school.
That's right.
So being under him, I wouldn't be the man I am now if I didn't get raised up under him originally and then moved to Chicago with and be under Captain on board of 13K.
Damn right, sir. And last question also, of course. And of course, last question also about being that most people, I would say, don't really have a white mother necessarily, you know, it being in the world or in the truth. So what's the true nature that we can't understand about white people?
It doesn't matter if they're your relative, they have the spirit of hatred towards you. So when I first decided to commit to the school, before she decided, you know, to start accepting it, after I told her everything I believed, the first words out of her mouth was my mother. Of course, now her and I are cool. She loves me. She's helped me. She helps me pay my tithes when I can't make my tithes. So she pays tithes sometimes on her own. Well, when she had bread, now she just broke. But at the end of the day, she told me when I told her everything, she said, all right, go do whatever you want to do because you're nothing but a no good nigga. My own mom called me that. My own mother. And my little brother black too. So that just showed, and I was like, oh, okay, well, goodbye, Mom. You're just only confirming my life story even more.
Right.
So it took her about 6 months to come back and apologize and get back on you know, realizing that I'm her son. So yeah, now I call her up. She jokes around about being the devil. She understands. I call her mom. I can make my tithes like this because my checkbook was short or whatever. She'll pay the difference or even pay the entire thing just so I can handle my business. I didn't slave for 4 years because her and my wife. I just helped build the Chicago school up. That's how I got the rank I am now, is because I didn't have to worry about anything except just the work of the Lord.
Hey, damn right, sir.
Just like, you know, your white family members that you claim, oh, you know, my mom's white, my cousins are this, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. They'll show you the love that people believe that it's mandatory because of your family. You understand? They'll show you that closeness and the acceptance and stuff like that, but you completely forsake them, they'll show you their true colors. The same way even with black folk. You change your life into school sometimes, your family abandons you because you're never there for Christmas, you're not there for Thanksgiving and so forth and so such, and now you don't have family because they forsook you because you decided to forsake white people and the white man's society. It's cool now, I don't mind.
Man, damn. Hey, damn right, sir. Thought for the interview. Man, Israel, this is the interview I've been waiting on. And I finally got it at the Midwest Fire Weekend, man. You understand? I was sure 5,000 Yatazar. You understand? Camp leader of Haiti. Man, listen, if I may, sir, this is a question I want to ask you for a long time. With Haiti, right? Everything that ever happened to Haiti, all throughout history, our people, the tribe of Levi. Right. You see, I see your videos, I see your classes, I see everything you do, sir. How utterly important it is to raise that zone up.
The reason that it's important to raise Haiti up is the same reason why it's important to raise Mexico, to raise Jamaica, to raise United States, to raise France, wherever our people are at. We have to wake him up. So it's not because it's the tribe of Levi. It's because it is the chosen people of God.
That's right.
And the chosen people of God comprise of 12 tribes. Whether you are Levi, so-called Haitians, whether you are Benjamite, so-called Jamaican, whether you are Isupk, so-called Mexicans, wherever our people are at, from Jamaica to Haiti to Trinidad to our indigenous people, so-called indigenous people in Canada, right? Our people in the UK, we have our people who have been scattered all across the globe. So the reason that it's important to raise Haiti up, because the Haitians are the chosen people of God.
That's
and the
right.
Haitian people have lost their identity. I was a lost brother myself before I came into the I.S.U.P.K. And the I.S.U.P.K. raised me up under Commanding General YAHANNA to know the truth of my identity, so that now I could live a life where I could be worthy of rulership. Because the Haitian people, just like the other tribe, are supposed to be ruling this planet Earth. And all these other nations are supposed to serve the Haitians. All these other nations are supposed to serve the Jamaicans. All these other nations are supposed to serve the so-called Puerto Ricans, the so-called Negroes in America. So it is utterly important to raise all the tribes up. And this is why it's important to raise Haiti up.
Man, Most High in Christ, sir, I want to ask you this. Were you born in Haiti?
Born and raised. Certified Haitian. You gotta see the t-shirt I be wearing. This is not it. A certified Haitian, man, you know. Born and raised, Most High in Christ for that, because I was telling Commanding General YAHANNA that, you know, I got to soak up the language, the culture. So now what's happening in Haiti right now, I'll give you a little intel. You know, the I.S.U.P.K, we've destroyed the so-called conscious community. Captain Tazariak alone have utterly destroyed that community. Now, what's happening in Haiti is that the Levite, because of the internet, are now being introduced to certain information that we've destroyed 10 years ago. But Levi are now being introduced to the information about Egyptology, you know, and being that we already destroyed that, you know, the Adonwanyam already destroyed. So now we are doing the same thing, destroying these people that are in the Haitian community, trying to push that garbage on our people. You understand?
Man, sir, I just want to say this. You know what I mean? Being from Haiti, and now you know in hell, America. What's the difference?
What's the difference? What, the hell in Haiti and the hell in America? The difference, I would say, in Haiti, over here in America, the difference will be the distraction. Here in America, it's so much distraction with Hollywood. You know, even though we are impoverished here in the United States, you can't see, you know, the level of poverty that we are living in, because it's so much distraction. The country is a developed country. We have access to everything, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to Haiti, eating is luxury. You get what I'm saying? So the poverty is in your face. So I would say it's the level of distraction. In Haiti, it's not as much distraction right now because of the internet. Like I was telling you, it's a lot. It's that wine of Babylon that is spreading all across the globe. So Haiti is now having access to a lot of things that, you know, maybe 20 years, 30 years we did not have access to. So that's all I can think of. It's really the level of distraction. And if you go to Haiti, you're gonna see the poverty. As opposed to here in America, you don't see the poverty. You don't see 50,000 black women going missing every year in America, because so much distraction around us. You get what I'm saying? But in Haiti, it's in your face.
Man, sir, that was heavy. I did want to ask you this point. You see, in Haiti, our brothers down there, they have a beef with Dominicans. If I may, sir, can you break that down for the people that don't understand?
Well, first of all, it's biblical. You know, that confirms the Bible. The beef that you see between so-called Haitians and Dominicans is a big biblical beef that's been going on for thousands of years between Simeon and Levi. And as you know, the so-called Dominicans are from the tribe of Simeon in the Bible, and the so-called Haitians comes from the tribe of Levi. So first of all, we got to go back to Genesis 49. That was the curse that Simeon and Levi will be divided in Israel. And although those two tribes are on the same island, we are divided. Even with Jean-Jacques Dessalines, which led the country in 1803 to being independent from France and all the superpowers that oppressed us. Even after that, after his assassination, and in 1820, you know, with President Boyer and all the presidents that tried to make sure that that island, those two people will be united. Even with that, Haiti still end up being divided with their brothers, the so-called Dominicans, you know. So this is a biblical curse that only the I.S.U.P.K can heal, right? So what's happening is really right now is the oligarch family that are fueling that beef, and they put certain things in position so that Haitian and Dominicans could stay divided. And in Haiti right now, in the Dominican Republic, it's really one island. I hate to say Haiti and Dominican Republic because we are literally talking about one island. It's like my fist right here, and I'm dividing this fist to say this is, you know, my left fist and my right fist, which is one fist, really. So this is the situation in Haiti. But we have the oligarch family. We got France, we got Canada, we got the U.S. who put a system in place in the Dominican Republic where our brothers that's coming from Haiti, because of the turmoil that they created, the instability that they created, right, in Haiti, a lot of our people are fleeing Haiti, going to the Dominican Republic. And, you know, our brothers, they don't have no papers, no legal papers. So they create a system where the Dominicans, especially the Dominicans who's in the army or who's in the police force, they can exploit our people, you know what I'm saying, with money. So if they find you, you don't have your papers, they will take you and ask you, you know what, $200 and we'll set you free. And they bring you to the border. They don't even kick you out to go, you know, deport you to go to Haiti. They bring you to the border, you get what I'm saying, because they want you back so that they can capture you again, you get what I'm saying, and then ask you for $200, for $100, $500, you know, to set you free. So that is fueling the division. You know, it's fueling the division between Haitians and Dominicans. But we know the so-called Haitians, the so-called Dominicans, we are the same people. And in the I.S.U.P.K, as you can see behind me, we got Haitians back here. We got Dominicans back here. We got Puerto Ricans. We got Mexicans. We got so-called Negroes. You get what I'm saying? Jamaicans, Trinidadians. There is no division between Haitians and Dominicans. There's no division between black and Hispanics here in the I.S.U.P.K.
Man, if I may, sir, that's very heavy.
Yeah.
I want to take you back, right? The mission to Akuna. Speaking on our brothers in Haiti, when nobody else gave a damn, the I.S.U.P.K, the men there decided to help. So I want to get your personal perspective. How did it feel going there, passing out food, passing out water, helping children, giving out clothes? How did that personally feel with you, sir?
You know, with the mission to Acuna, as you know, under Commanding General YAHANNA, we do different missions, right? I wasn't physically there with our brothers. I received the call. I find out that our people, when we find out the Commanding General YAHANNA give the order for us to go and help our people. So I was on the phone the whole time, being that bridge for the communication. So at the time, you know, it was so much going on inside my house. I stepped out, I went in my car, and I was on the phone for I don't know how many hours, but it was at least 3-4 hours, you know, I was on the phone. And I was just on go mode at the time. You know, I can't tell you how I felt at the time when I was on the phone speaking, because I just was on go mode. I didn't have nothing written. I was just speaking. You get what I'm saying? Afterwards, when I watched the video, like I damn near cried. Like I had goosebumps watching the video, because, you know, as a soldier, when you're on a mission, you know, you're on a mission. You get what I'm saying? You focus. You're not feeling anything. There's no feeling. There was no feelings involved when I was speaking. You get what I'm saying? It's afterwards when I saw the visual. You get what I'm saying? And that just, you know, it damn near made me cry. You know, I had goosebumps. It's like, man, that was a very spiritual moment. And also the brothers who gave their stories, because that was a dangerous zone that we entered. That was a cartel zone that the I.S.U.P.K entered, and you know, when we face death, I could say, to go and help our brothers and sisters. So that's what I can tell you about that. That was a spiritual moment, you know, most definitely.
Man, sir, that's every point too, sir. Last question, if I may.
Kind of hit me with it.
Heavy interview, if I may, sir. To the brothers, you understand, that just lost. To the brothers that's lost in Haiti, imagine how you grew up. Also, it was hard, it was rough. You understand? I heard brothers had to wash in tubs of water,
bucket of water, yeah.
In buckets of water.
Real quick, right before you ask that question, you know how you got hot water over here, right?
Yeah.
In Haiti, you gotta put the water in the bucket, and then you throw that joint in the sun for like 20, 30 minutes. Now you got hot water. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead with your question.
If I may, so hey, that's every point. To the brothers who's watching you on TikTok, they brought you, sir. To the brothers who just on the fence,
right,
to come in or just a step away,
right,
what would you tell these brothers who just going through utter destruction,
right,
hell? What would you tell these brothers to get them in the truth?
You know, right now, right, in 2024, it's so much distraction out there. It's so many doctrines that's out there. You got Egyptology, you got some new joint, some new Titarian, you got
right.
Kabbalah, you got all type of, and then you got a million Israelite group out there as well. You got the Christian church, you got voodoo. There's so many things that are out there to distract us from the true path, which is really the I.S.U.P.K. There's no other way. Now, one thing I could tell the people, right, is something that Christ said in the New Testament. He told his disciples, you know, to love one another. And by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
That's right.
Right? I'm damn near quoting it, but I'm paraphrasing it, of course. So when you come to the I.S.U.P.K, this is the only place that you can witness. This is the only place where you can witness what Christ said. Because in the I.S.U.P.K, we love one another. And when you come here, whatever that people are teaching on the outside of the I.S.U.P.K, you recognize one thing about everybody. They hate each other. Everybody hate each other. They doing it for themselves. In the I.S.U.P.K, what we are doing here, it don't benefit nobody on a personal level. Of course, like as Christ said, you know, these things will be added, you know, unto you, but we're not seeking personal gain in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
This is what makes the I.S.U.P.K different than any and every movement out there, because this is the home of the truth. And what I would tell our brothers and sisters, just observe us. Observe us, and you're going to see that in the I.S.U.P.K, we truly love one another. And this is the only measuring stick to know where the truth is at. Because as Christ said, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples. Come and observe us. Test the spirit.
That's right, sir. The why for the interview.
Most High in Christ. Shalom.